So this is a self-assessment and reflection video on the personality and career test that I took. I actually decided to take more than two, and this is mostly because they wanted me to pay, my personality test wanted me to pay to get my career results that would go with my personality, and I was really interested in finding out how my personality results would affect what careers might be good for me. But after taking two personality tests, they both wanted me to pay to get to career results, so I really didn't get to figure that out unless I was willing to pay for it. I actually also had my stepdaughter complete two of the four tests that I had completed because I kind of wanted to see a high schooler's perspective. She's going into ninth grade, she's 14. I kind of wanted to see how easy or hard it was for that age to take these tests, and also kind of see what she was kind of wanting to figure out what career she's been wanting to do. She can't really decide. So I had her take that, and I thought it would go with this video, so I wanted to add it in just to kind of see what the differences in them might be and how easy or hard it was for her age. So the first one I did was the Holland Code career test, and I chose this test because I'm actually very interested in the Holland Code. When I first read about it in the textbook, it's one I've been interested in. I just really like it's the aspects of it and what goes into that to decide what careers might be best for you. So my results were teaching, counseling, musical, like a composer, a conductor, a cosmetologist, and for teaching, it was like all levels, pre-K, elementary, middle, high, EC, art, music teacher, like any kind of teacher, it was all on there pretty much. And then counseling was also on there, different levels of counseling, mental health counseling, school counseling, stuff like that. So I believe this test also gave me the option to choose what level of education I was willing to do, like if I wanted to do more college, less college, stuff like that. So this is one I also had my stepdaughter take because she's been having a hard time finding her career because of the level of school she wants to complete. She wants to complete little to no college. So she also took this one, and her results were actually the same as mine, which I thought was really interesting, because we're not similar, a little similar, but not all the way similar. And another reason I found this is interesting is because in the, I'm going to say this wrong, I think, Kaiser maybe, temperament test and the 16 personalities test, I received a guardian or defender personality. So this was just a personality test. These weren't career tests. And she did the 16 personalities. This was the second one she took, and she got entertainer. The reason I find this interesting is because on the Holland Code test, we got the same careers, like almost exactly down to a T. They were the exact same. But she got a different personality. So is one of them wrong? Is this just are these good careers that could go with really a lot of different personalities? That was kind of something I wanted to explore, but I don't want to pay for it, so I wasn't able to. But maybe one day I'll go into that more, especially as my daughter gets older and she's really trying to figure out what college she wants to go to. Maybe we'll do more, and I'll be graduated. I'll be a certified counselor by then, so maybe I can help her figure that out closer too, and we can figure out the personality and the career, see how that goes. As far as my interpretation of the results, my results are pretty accurate. I've gotten these exact same results since I was in high school. As far as personality, I don't think I've ever really taken a personality test like these before, but the career test, the same results. I get the same results every time. Like I said, for my stepdaughter, I'm not sure how accurate hers are because her personality was different than mine, but we got the same careers. She did want to be a cosmetologist though, so I don't know, that's a career she's been considering for the last couple of years. She loves hair, she loves makeup, she loves all that stuff. So accurate for her, I would say pretty accurate. I would think she's a yapper, so I think she'd be an amazing teacher, but she doesn't love school. So I kind of need to like school to be a teacher. I feel like I like going to school. I like being in schools. So I feel like those were really accurate for me. And I really like that I was able to have my daughter do this as well. I like that I had somebody that was in that age range, because it can kind of give me a better idea on how difficult it can be, because for me as an adult, it might be easier for me to self reflect on a lot of the personality questions were slightly difficult, even for me as an adult. So on the 16 personalities one specifically, my stepdaughter needed a lot of help doing that one. She didn't understand what I was trying to ask her. Like, she was like, what does that even mean? And it's hard to like self-reflect when you don't really understand even like what it's asking you. The career test was pretty easy to complete for me and her. She was able to do it pretty easily. And then the other personality one I did, the Kaiser, was I think that one was pretty easy to complete. I feel like just personality ones are just a little bit trickier because you have to self-reflect more on those ones versus like a career test. It's like, do you like this? Do you like doing this? Do you hate doing that? So those are kind of easier because it's like, yeah, I don't want to dig holes or do things on numbers and computers. Like, I hate that. Like, that's easy. Like, I know. Personality, it's like way deeper than those kind of questions. So I feel like for anybody, those can be kind of difficult to complete, but especially like a high school age student. Like I said, the career accuracy, very accurate for me. I feel like I've always either wanted to be a social worker, a teacher, or a counselor. Those are like the careers that I've really been, and cosmetologist, I'm gonna be honest. Originally I was thinking about being a cosmetologist, but the thought of like putting my hands on people's heads kind of grossed me out like all the time. So I decided not to do that. But I feel like the counseling and teaching really fits me better, especially as a defender or a guardian. I feel like those really go hand in hand. I'm not sure how well entertainer goes in hand. I mean, you do have to be kind of an entertainer to be a cosmetologist or a teacher, because you got to be able to talk to people well, and you got to be able to, you know, be comfortable teaching students and talking to them and really making it fun, so it's easier to get them to learn things. So maybe they were both right, the career and the personality test for her. I'm not sure. I really wish we were able to see on one test how the entertainer meshed with whatever careers it recommended. So maybe one day I can look into that, because I'm super interested to figure out how those go together for her. I feel like I could use these assessments for students. Like I said, I used it on my stepdaughter to try to gauge for her where she's kind of at, her personality, and what careers might mesh well. Like I previously said, the 16 personalities was a little bit difficult. Maybe I wouldn't use that one. I'd probably try to use the other personality test that I took, the Kaiser, or the Keirsey. I'm totally saying it wrong. It's Keirsey temperament test, I think is what it is. Keirsey. So I think I would probably prefer that one over the 16 personalities, just because I've tested out the 16 personalities on a high schooler and it was kind of difficult for her to do. So maybe not that one. Definitely would use the Holland Code career test. I feel like that one was super accurate for me, and I think it was easy to complete. But yeah, I'm really glad I was able to have a high schooler readily available for me to test out these career tests with me, and kind of see the difference in our what we get and our personalities and stuff. And I feel like it helped me understand them better, because when I'm just looking at my results, I'm like, yeah, I'm a defender, a guardian, and I like all these careers. These are always what I wanted to do. But for her not knowing what she wanted to do, her being a high schooler, it kind of gave me a better idea on the tests themselves and how easy or hard they are to take and how accurate they are, versus if I were just going to take it. So I'm glad I was able to do that. And to sum it up, they were pretty easy to take except for the one. I think they were pretty accurate for me, at least, maybe a little bit for her, at least half accurate. Entertainer, she's definitely an entertainer. I know that's accurate for her. The careers, half accurate because she wants to be a cosmetologist maybe. But yeah, I really enjoyed taking them. I would do them for my students when I'm a counselor, to help them. I have notes, so I keep looking over here. But yeah, so I think that's it.